Today we're going to be talking about cash flow, specifically about the exact strategy that a lot of the guys in the group 10K Fast Track are using to one, monetize crypto, two, earn a daily, weekly, monthly yield, however often you want to claim it, and just compound the Bitcoin holdings. Because for me, that's what it's all about. It's about the biggest asset in crypto, the best asset in crypto, accumulating more of that asset. And then as you build more Bitcoin, you get more yield back off it. I'm going to show you how to do that. We've got to start somewhere. So you start, and let's just say you're starting from 0. You may have no crypto. Okay. So the idea is, and you may have it already, is buy, one sec. Here we go. Buy BTC. You buy your BTC. Once you accumulate that BTC, you then get a loan against it. So you buy BTC, and let's just say for easiness of this diagram, let's just say it's 1. So you buy 1 Bitcoin. Then, next stage, loan, which is roughly like 25, 35% back off that. So if we would say price of BTC today, the time of the video recording in US dollars is 77, let's just say 77K, 25% of 77 is, it's basically 20K-ish, right? Which is about 20K BTC. Now, would you get a loan for your BTC, you may ask? I've shown previously that institutions like Coinbase have started offering loans. Yeah. Now, the rate that they will give you, which will probably be around maybe 5-6%, maybe 6% more, basically means that, you know, your collateral is then in Bitcoin, in Coinbase. So you lock up your Bitcoin with Coinbase, which is the collateral. They then give you the USDC, and then you can go on to the next step. However, as you'll see on here, this is who they use. So you've got a few options that you can use. Yeah. One of them to use is Aave. So you can see I've, for this example, there's around $1,800 of Bitcoin locked up here, and there's a $600 USDC loan, around 4% rate, which you know, is not much considering that you are, well, the last month they earned 6.77% a month in a pool. So it's, you know, nothing. So you've got Aave, you've got Coinbase. If you want to stick with centralized, probably not the best option, to be honest. After that, you have got Spark. So this is another one. And again, I've shown this quite a few times because you can simulate this by using a sandbox mode. So you can supply your BTC and then borrow your USDC to then use in pools. And the rate for this one, 4.66%. So Spark is the other one. And then the final one is actually who Coinbase use for their loans, which is Morpho. And the rate they're offering for BTC, I think this is the page, markets, here we go, 5% they're offering. So Coinbase would probably charge 6 because obviously they get it from these. So we're looking around 4-5% that you get on the loans. And again, with a crypto loan, I don't know what Coinbase's terms are, but in DeFi, so in Morpho, in Spark, in Aave, There's no middleman. It's all done via smart contracts. There's no time frame you have to pay it back. There's no set amount you have to pay back per month. It's just the interest gets added on. And in theory, if you are earning, which you should be, more than that in a year on DeFi, which, let's be honest with you, that's what happens. Then you're fine, you know, and your asset that you've locked up in collateral should go up in price. So let's just say we go back to here. You taking your BTC loan, that means you've locked up this one BTC. If you lock it up now at 77k, let's just say a few years down the line, you know, on the balance of probability, on the balance of previous historic price action, this is most likely going to be more. So your asset's going to be in price. The main reason we are looking to do this as cash flow is, one, people like accumulating Bitcoin because they know that it's going to go up long term. And two, it's actually utilizing Bitcoin without selling it. Because the big thing that people talk about all the time with crypto is they never want to sell the Bitcoin. But the problem with never selling the Bitcoin is never making any money off it. So this is the way you make your money. You satisfy two needs. One, you make your money off your Bitcoin. And two, you keep your Bitcoin. So you never sell it. So stage one was the BTC. Stage two was the loan, the 20k, and then you can go shopping for yield. As mentioned, you still own this BTC, it's just locked up. So you've got 77k locked up, then you've just generated another 20k. So you've got 97k really. But obviously 20k to put in pools. So 3 is your pools. And this is the beauty of it. It's entirely up to you. Now, I've shown the pools that I'm in. Again, I've talked about growing this 10k on here. This is earning about 100% APR at the moment. And it's roughly accurate, this. I claimed it the other day. And the two pools I'm in is an ETH Aave pool and an ETH Kita pool. I'm not telling you to get in those pools, but that's a selection of what is available. So the platforms, I hope you're writing this down. So the platforms you've got available to search on, one, VFAT. VFAT is for the EVM chains. So you've got Base Chain, Monad Chain, Avalanche Chain, Ethereum Chain. Yeah. However, if you want to use it in different pools, or you've got coins you want to use in different pools, there are other options available. So the obviously other big one that I've used previously is Orca. This is the Solana chain based pools. So there's a variety of pools on here, but specifically for Solana. Then you've got Turbos. Turbos is specifically for Sui. So there's loads of pools on here. Good question here. I mean, if VFAT's just an aggregator, so all VFAT is doing is it's pulling the API information through. Yeah. So VFAT itself is not where you're depositing any funds. So if you look at mine here, you can see it's Eurodrome. And if you search pools, the largest ones are Uniswap. So that's the actual protocol that it's on. In terms of reducing the risk of hacks, etc., that's why I personally tend to stare to pools with high TVL and platforms that I trust. So if you're going on here and you're looking for some stupid ranges on, for example, this here, I don't know what this is. So if you were to go on this, 1K average range, no idea what this is, a random coin called BS, then that's a red flag. And there's a lot of meme coins on here and stuff that you can get involved in. And the TVL on them will be like less than 10K. And then that's where your problems set in, you know? You do get hacks, and they tend to be on the smaller pools and smaller chains. And to be honest, the actual biggest risk that you've got is getting in a pool where one of the assets get rugged. Yeah. So obviously, me being in here, I believe Keto, Ethereum, and Aave are good assets, but that's me. You may not believe they are. But what a lot of guys are doing is getting into pools and farms that are high TVL, which are more in assets that they like. So it could just be, obviously, the main one is an Ethereum USDT pool. Yeah. On Uniswap. And if you want to do more research and you want to look up what these protocols are, how much money is locked in them, it's all in front of you here. So obviously, we know the recent stuff with Aave, it wasn't Aave that was actually hacked. It was a staked ETH token. So this is for people who stake their ETH, then want to restake their ETH by using this particular token, which is stupid. And you can see here, so Aave that I spoke about before, 14 billion locked in that. You've got Morpho, which is the one that I spoke about with that Coinbase use, 8 billion locked in that. Spark, 6 billion locked in that. So, you know, these are Uniswap, 3 billion. There's a lot of money locked in a lot of these. And if you want to find out more info, click on it. You can see how long that they've been active. You know, how much they make from fees, how much revenue they make. You know, everything about the particular treasury, expenses. There's just so much info here about all these particular platforms. But all I would say is, obviously, there's not 100% no risk. There never is with anything in crypto. I mean, let's be honest. Investing in Bitcoin is not 100% risk-free because there's always something that could potentially happen. But at the end of the day, it's risk reward for me. You know, I don't want to keep my money, albeit, you know, some of it in a 3 to 4% yearly savings account, which is in the UK, which is, you know, basically doing nothing.